introducing author Annie Sullivan, and you are going to love her. Okay, we had such an amazing talk about her new book, A Touch of Gold, and you are looking at the cover right here, and it is so good, and she shows it to us, so we'll get to see it even more up close. But everyone, I am so proud of her. She is young. This is her debut novel, so everybody, here is Annie. Hi everyone, I am so excited because I'm speaking with author Annie Sullivan, and we are talking about her, I think, debut novel, really, and it's called Touch of Gold, and it is so beautiful. She's going to hold it up for us, and the book, and we're going to look at that. I love that cover. Annie, I'm going to go to the bookstore just to see it, like, in person, since I got to see it on my Kindle.
I love it, too. They did such a good job. Like, I mean, just seeing the gold, it kind of, like, I don't know if you can see it on there, but it kind of, like, shimmers in the light a little bit, all the stuff that's kind of flipping around. It's so cool.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. And first, I want to talk about the title before we get into it, because it's perfect, but I want you to tell everybody, like, because you can just tell them what the book's about, and then they'll see how perfect that title is.
Yeah, okay, so A Touch of Gold is about the cursed daughter, King Midas, who faces pirates and betrayers and thieves on her quest to retrieve her father's stolen gold, and she's got magic gold powers that are getting harder and harder to hide, and it's just a fun adventure tale with a lot of heart in it, and it deals with also things like, you know, family relationships and communication, because, you know, being turned to gold as a child by your father is going to leave some lasting side effects, so... Oh. It's definitely, it's a lot packed in there, but it's a lot of fun.
I cannot believe that. I know you've been writing for a while, but you're young. You're a baby, okay? And this book was so good. And I have to tell you, like, that genre, like fantasy, I have a really hard time with, okay? I'm just not one of those kind of readers. But as soon, like, you had me at the beginning, and because it has to be really good for me to go into, like, suspend belief and go and have fun. And I had so much fun with her. So I'm going to read the first line to everybody because I love a great first line. And this was an amazing first line. Okay. You start the book off with, once upon a time, fairy tale. I love it. A little girl helplessly watched as liquid gold spun a web across her tiny frame, racing to wrap her up in an icy cocoon. And I swear, Annie, like, first of all, I have a daughter named Annie. So I love and you look so much like her. It's really weird, but anyway. You know, like, Cora could be like a fairy tale princess. Like, I mean, you know, when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, she has me, like, because I love, like, fairy tale princesses, okay?
Right, who doesn't? I mean, I'm kind of a Disney princess, you know, at heart anyway, so.
Exactly. And then what I really, really love is a good line at the end of the first chapter, the one that's going to take me to chapter 2 as a reader. Okay, like, I've been picking them up more and more and more, and you did it beautifully, and I'm going to tell everybody what it is. So the kingdom went back to normal, and the little girl and her father, King Midas, lived happily ever after, or so everyone thought. I love that. I was like jumping up and down, and, you know, virtually. I was like, oh my God, that is so amazing. And I knew this was going to be so good. And so tell everybody kind of, because we don't do spoilers. All right. And the ending is amazing. Okay. I love the ending, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but tell everyone, like, how you thought of her, like, what drew you to this story?
Well, I kind of started way back when Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie, came out, and I was like, you know what? I just got thinking about all this cursed gold, and I was like, what can you do with cursed gold? And it sparked the idea of King Midas. But I love to write about strong female characters and their stories, and so I switched King Midas' daughter because she's such a forgotten character in the original versions of the myth. I mean, she's almost just like a plot device so that he learns his lesson that he shouldn't, you know, wish for these things. So I was like, well, what about her? You know, because as I mentioned earlier, being turned to gold is going to leave you with some side effects. It's not going to, you know, you're not going to have the most normal life. Like, it's always going to be like before you return to gold and after you return to gold. So that's kind of how I came up with her. And then, things just spiraled from there. I was like, what if she had golden skin still, as part of kind of this leftover curse that's still kind of lingering over the kingdom. And so I just thought that would be a really cool idea. And because of that, she's kind of an outcast, and people, don't want to touch her because she might still be cursed. And there's a lot of rumors, like maybe she turns people to gold if she stares into their eyes, or maybe she turns back into a gold statue at night. Like, so there's all these rumors about her. And so she was just such a fun character to write because there was so much there to explore.
Oh, there were like so many little life lessons in the book. And I was like, how did she do that? Like, I could have just, like, I kept tabbing pages on my Kindle, like, and then I just was like, oh my gosh, for her age, like, your wisdom in this is just so amazing. I hope upon hope that this becomes a movie. Okay? Like, seriously.
From your lips to God's ears, like, let's make this happen, table.
I think it would be so much fun, and especially with the effects that they can do now. Like, how cool would it be? Like,
right? Right? I mean, I just love it because Cora's she's such a unique character, but she's also a lot of characters in one. I mean, anyone who's been bullied or an outcast or anything, like, they can see themselves in her. So.
Yeah, and then, and what she does, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that she then has to kind of save people, let's just save people, and, like, that becomes her journey, and, like, I just picture her, like, with this, like, halo of glisten around her, like, I don't know, as I'm reading it, I'm like, this is a movie, this is for, like, little girls, and just to see all that sparkling, and I don't know, you did such a great job with, like, going into detail about it, like, so I could visualize, like, her sparkling and like when she would move or when she would touch or try not to touch, and and then the ending, I have to ask you because I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, but I want to know, like, are you thinking about another one?
I'm hoping there's going to be a sequel, and then maybe even some spin-off books about characters you've either met in the first one or that you'll meet in the second one. So
yeah,
we'll just kind of see what happens. I'm really excited. There's so much to explore in this world that you can go in so many directions.
As I'm reading it, I wanted to be in your head. I'm like, did she dream this? Like, was she, like, waking up in the middle of the night with, I know what she can do next. I know, like,
it's a total pantser, which, if anyone's not familiar with that term, people are either plotters, where they plot out everything beforehand, or they're pantsers, where they kind of fly by the seat of their pants. And that's why I love being a pantser, because I'm not tied to an outline. I just kind of write, and whatever happens kind of happens naturally. And, that way things that I didn't think maybe were going to happen happen, and they just organic to the story. And I love that it's just kind of, their story really takes shape the way that it's meant to.
Yeah. And you know what? Okay, so I have my youngest daughter's named Annie, right? But my oldest daughter's name is Kara. And then this book is like Cora. So it's like with a K. So it was kind of interesting for me. But anyway,
family.
That's right. Well, there just aren't a lot. Are you and Annie, like, is that a nickname or is that your name?
It's technically a nickname. My legal name is Anne, but I've always gone by Annie.
My daughter's name, her name is Angelica.
Oh.
And then she was born with red hair. So I was like, I have to nickname her Annie. Like, that's just has to happen. And that's why you remind me so much of her. But anyway. So, yeah, like, I loved how the story flowed. I loved how you did the chapters. I just loved everything about this. And when I went on your website, I was like, oh my gosh, she's a baby. Like, I don't know how she did this. I really have no idea. People twice your age are trying to figure out how to write a book like this. And you have such an incredible gift. And I can't wait to read anything that you write next. No, seriously. Seriously. But you live in Indianapolis. I love Indianapolis. Love it. It's one of my favorite cities.
I mean, it's, growing up, everyone was like, oh, I'm going to move out of Indianapolis. I'm going to go to, like, New York or Chicago or LA. And I was like, I love Indianapolis because we don't have that much traffic, but we still feel the big city. Like, we've got big sports teams, we've got, like, the world's best children's museum. We have so many fun things to do here and we get all 4 seasons, too, which I also love, which is,
exactly.
It's great because we get to experience it all. So,
Yeah, what I love about your city, I stayed at a Marriott downtown, and then like
mhm.
it was in the middle of winter, and everything is like tunnels. Like there's this mall, and the Marriott's connected to this mall like through a tunnel. It was crazy. I was like, this is so cool. Like I've never seen this before.
I was just speaking at Gen Con, which is a huge conference here in Indianapolis. I mean, like thousands upon thousands of people, and lots of people dress up in costumes. It's really cool. And I was always just at that Marriott, actually.
Yeah, it's such a cool, and that's when the Colts used to be there. They're not there anymore because they built a stadium, but it used to be
Oh,
like underground. I don't know. It was weird. It was crazy. I just walked around everywhere. Like, but anyway, I am so happy that this is going to be a sequel. And I just want to ask you one more question about your publisher, Blink, because I never
yeah.
heard of them. And when I went on NetGalley and I was like, oh, how did you get hooked up with them?
So they're an imprint of HarperCollins.
Okay.
They're a young adult imprint. They're like PG-13,
Okay.
which I really is good for my writing. My writing is
Yes.
PG-13, if anyone was wondering. And so yeah, it was just like a really good fit for me. And because my agent is the one, Krista Heskey, shout out. She's the one who found them and approached them and ended up getting the deal. And she just kind of told me, she's like, I think this is going to be a really great fit for you and your writing, and it really has been. And surprisingly enough, I'd actually heard of Blink before I ever got a deal with them, because I'm a big fan of the Dune series, Doon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a young adult retelling of Brigadoon. It's
Okay.
by Lori Langdon and Carrie Corp. And so I had read that, a few years before I even had approached Blink, and loved it. And then when I heard we were submitting stuff to Blink, I went through my shelves and I was like, what do I have that's from Blink that would know what they do, or they, do I think they're good at editing? And I pulled Dune off the shelf and I was like, oh, I love Dune. This is amazing. So I was so excited when I got an offer from them. It was just thrilled. And of course, then I got to meet Lori Langdon at a conference later, and I was just like fangirling. I was like, your books.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen to you, okay, Annie?
Oh,
I am telling you, this is what is going to happen next week when this comes out, and we're talking about it as it's coming out, okay? Because I'm going to have all of her links listed below, and you're going to be able to get it on Amazon. But I wanted to look at that cover one more time, because they did, I hope you are just so proud of that cover, because they did such a good job for you, and
oh, yeah.
my heart just is so full of her. I was just like, I am so happy, and I've already seen people talking about this on Instagram. It's already happening. Yes,
Oh,
yes, it's already happening, and I just hope you have the best week. Just enjoy this week of everybody just like gushing about this book, because that's what you've worked for, and and it's gonna happen. So I just I see so many great things for you, and you please the next one you have to tell me so I can read it ahead of time, and then we can talk
okay.
again. But everybody,
So,
yes. Everybody, I'm going to list all her links below. Like I said, the Amazon link, you can go right to the book, right to the link, and it's going to you press one button and you have the book. And I'm also going to give away a copy of it on Instagram tonight. So when you see this video, I will be giving it away tonight, and you will get a copy of that. And Annie's been so gracious to give us one. So thank you so much, Annie. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
yeah, it was so nice meeting you and chatting with you, and I can't wait to hang out more with you in the future.
Yes, if I come to Indianapolis, I will call you.
Yes, call me. We'll go through the creepy tunnels again.
That's right. That's right. Well, you have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Made it this far, that means you watched my whole interview with her, and isn't she so sweet? I love her, and really this book needs a sequel. It really does, and also needs a movie. So if anybody there is listening, in the movie world, this is a movie. This would be a huge blockbuster children's movie. I can so see it already. But anyway, thank you so much, Annie. All her links are going to be listed below. I'm giving away a copy tonight. Thanks.